Hey there, Wastelanders, it's Brother Mike, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about who's left in the Mojave. Now, you may be asking, what are you talking about? Well, what important factions that aren't the main four and characters that still may be left in the Mojave. And to be honest, a lot of them are probably still there or in the surrounding area. It'd be a lot easier for me to talk about who most likely isn't there or may likely not even be alive. Now, obviously, the biggest one is the Kings. Now, this I'm a little bit hesitant on because of how intact the school of impersonation is in Freeside when we see it in Fall Season 2. It seems like it hasn't been abandoned. So, are there still kings around? Or could there potentially be someone else that moved in there? But as far as we know it, the kings are dead. And that moves on to someone else who I think may be dead, which is Volpez. Now, with the death of Caesar, Volpez wouldn't have Caesar's approval. And if the legate, Lanius, takes over, he's not gonna mess with Volpez's whole sneakiness. And that may cause a clash. And that could have been potentially the first clash that the Legion has, which kind of divides them. Are all of the people who followed and backed and respected Lanius versus all of those who backed Volpez. And maybe we're finally seeing the end of this conflict in the end. Now, there is a chance that Lanius or Volpez or both of them moved back to Arizona to reign over the remainder of their lands after Caesar was killed and they lost in the battle. But this takes a lot. Not only did we not kill Volpez any time during the game, but also we talked Lanius out of it while in the Legion camp. That is an iffy scenario. You're going to have a courier who can absolutely riz up the legate, and I don't think that's going to happen. So it's most likely that he's dead or he's back in Arizona or in any of the other territories that the Legion is now spread into. Now, speaking of that, is the Legion as a whole. Now, shown on that Brotherhood of Steel map in Quintus's kind of quarters, we see that they have a camp which seems to be farther outside of Mojave. Maybe that's where Lucy and the ghoul ran into them, or Lucy got captured by them at. But we see another area, which is a big kind of square area that seems to be run by the Legion. Now, are these the remaining forces? Is this the third Legion in the area? Them showing this and not giving us any context doesn't make sense, because if there's two Caesars fighting over power very far away from where they reside or presumably are in charge over, who answers to them? Is there another Caesar there, or is the legate waiting it out? It doesn't really make any sense. So maybe that's a whole different Legion. But at the same time, at the end of season 2, we see the Legion walking with thousands and thousands of troops. Now, did those troops come from there after they learned a new Caesar had taken over? Very unlikely, because it doesn't really make much sense at all. I can't really find a reason, just leadership wise, and the way that the Legion runs. They couldn't just be without a Caesar for 15, 20 years. So it seems that the majority of the Legion, or the higher ups in the Legion, are dead, and now we're just seeing the remnants. It seems a lot to most of the Rangers and NCR troopers that were named are most likely dead or abandoned their posts. It's very likely that once the Desert Rangers saw what was happening, they just pulled out altogether. Now, who knows, maybe they went and regrouped with other NCR forces, but I don't know how likely that is. We do see the NCR Rangers, so it seems that a few are still around, but it's still up in the air. We haven't seen anybody, and with this war, we may see people come back, but with Camp McCarran destroyed, It's most likely in Camp Golf. It's most likely all other Ranger outposts or NCR outposts in general are in shambles right now, and deserted. Um, Now, the Strip. The families of the Strip are non existent. I think we see one member of the Strip, and that is a Ultralux member reaching into that missile silo, and we don't learn anything past that, and we don't see any of them on the Strip. We see, like, valet boys and dancer girls, but we don't see anything that leads us to believe that even the houses on the Strip survived. So, what happened to them? What became of the houses on the Strip? Did they all get killed in the onslaught, or are they just hiding among Freeside? I mean, I'm confused. We didn't see any of the tops, any of their outfits, or the Ultralux members, or any of the chairmen, or any of the, I forget what the, any of Gamora. We don't even really see anything with the vault there on the Strip. So, are they dead? Are they alive? It's still up in the air, just like a lot of stuff. Now, people like Raul and is most likely survived. And I'm trying to think of the others. Maybe Tabitha is still out there somewhere. Maybe our good old Granny is still out there somewhere. These are fully capable super mutants if we didn't kill them off or mess them up beyond repair. Rex. I would love to even see Rex from afar away running in the distance. I would love to see that. But I'm not sure if we will. But we are heading towards the Colorado area, so who knows? Maybe the ghoul will get a new companion and another dog meat. It's up in the air, or maybe something will happen to the dog meat they have. Who knows? But some others like Veronica and Arcade Gannon. Now, maybe Arcade joined back up with the Enclave, but I don't think his views would align with them in the way he sees the world. So are they off kind of doing their own thing like they kind of were planning to do? Are they off doing good, or did they maybe get sucked back into the Enclave? I don't know, but I don't really think we'll see him. In Veronica is either MIA somewhere in the wasteland looking for Father Elijah, potentially, and Father Elijah is most likely dead in the casino and the Grand Sierra. Because the Brotherhood there is most likely destroyed. If it's the Yes Man or Mr. House ending, which they're really pointing at, it seems the Brotherhood in the area has been destroyed, especially because they don't show up to that meeting. Now, are they still in hiding? I highly, highly doubt it. They would have gone out of hiding the minute everything went kaput in the region. And they would have started to take over Helios 1, but we don't see that. It seems that Helios 1 is almost empty. Sorry. But it's really up in the air. Boone, with Novak destroyed like that, Boone is either wandering the wastes, or he might have fled with the Novak settlers to somewhere, but we would have seen him most likely. So it seems that Boone is out of the area. Doing this video, we have no evidence really whatsoever, other than just like most likely dead, most likely not dead. That's most of the people in the area. I thought we'd see somebody, but we don't. And that leads to, are we going to see other locations from the DLCs now that we're still in Vegas? Are we going to potentially make a detour through the Grand Canyon? Are we going to make a detour to Big Mountain? Is Cooper going to possibly pass through or encounter anything to do with Big Mountain on his trip? Are we going to see any hints at the Grand Sierra Madre? I don't know. I mean, we saw the Dean Domino poster, but that's about it. Now, bringing these DLCs in, I think, would be really hard. Realistically, I don't see a way they could do it without it just not making any sense. But they jump around all over the place in the second season, so it's really up in the air. But in terms of giving us a ending or some sort of revolution or re- resolution, jeez Louise, this is a one take go, because your boys working overtime on trying to make a good 2 lore videos, and then we'll go from there after that. But there's a little bit of insight to why the uploads and no live streams. I've kind of just been dead. I may be live later tonight, but it's all up in the air. We really don't know what's happening in Vegas. And we're still going to be there, so are we going to see companions or even familiar faces? Because not seeing a single familiar face besides Victor, Mr. House, and Fisto. Those are the only people that have returned. And maybe a little nod at Yes Man. But that's it. We haven't seen anybody else. Oh, and of course, the dead Caesar. That's it. Edward. Bro's dead. So, I don't know. It's still up in the air, but I wanted to go over this. I should have put it in another video, but I needed to put out a video today, and I'm rushing, so sorry, because what's going on? Like I said in a million times before, we should have never went to Vegas. But yeah, those are the people who I think may be alive or not, and it seems the overall ending is we don't know, and we really probably won't know at the end of the season 3. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Sorry that it isn't all like it always is. Sorry we're in the vault and such, but I just wanted to put something out for you guys because I've been slacking a little bit trying to get these videos out. Holy moly. Now I finally understand why these bigger Fallout creators take 2-3 weeks between uploads. Oh my lord. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have anything that contradicts this, did I miss something? Do you have a reason that someone may still be around? Let me know down below. And if you're new around here and you for some reason enjoyed this video, why don't you consider subscribing? Yeah, I may be live later tonight just playing some games or not, but usually Thursdays I go watch Oxhorn's live, so I don't really watch many people live except him and a few others. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. And with all that being said, you don't forget, you are cared for, you are loved, and you stay safe out there, Wastelanders.